Bah. Bah. Bah.
Let's plop in.
Bah.
And today we're going to be trying to make a classic dish, kind of like a hodgepodge, shepherd's pie.
Bah.
And like he just said, we don't have a recipe, so we're going to have to try our best, which means it's time for...
Bah.
Today we're making shepherd's pie, although we're using beef, so it's technically cottage pie.
Yeah, I think it's got a little bit of everything. Everything you would need to survive is in this, I think, right?
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
So
Clearly.
Yeah. So we're just gonna start with these are not potatoes. Or should we just separate it by what goes in what?
Okay, so I think the easiest part to separate is like, so we know what the crust is gonna be, right?
No.
Potatoes?
Potatoes go on top.
Yeah, but that's like, you have to make the crust of the pie with potatoes. Yeah, you do. Then what?
Shepherd's pie is just meat with potatoes on top, and then you broil it.
Where's the pie?
There's no pie crust. It's not it's not like a pastry.
I feel like that's not true.
It is.
I
So
think so.
today we're
Okay.
gonna make. So we need to separate it by what goes in what. Potatoes, oils for the meat, flours for the meat, meats for the meat. Vegetables go in the meat. That goes in the meat. That goes in the meat. This goes in the meat. That goes in the potatoes. This potatoes, I think. Salt, a little bit of both. That's goes in there. Chicken broth is also in here. Onion also in there. Butter from there. Eggs. We're using that, so we don't need eggs. Thyme goes out.
No, wait, what? Oh. Okay. So
We
what's
have
gonna take the longest? Probably the meat.
probably the meat.
Yeah.
So I can get started on that if you want to fill this up with water and start making the potatoes.
What's up?
Potatoes! I'm peeling garlic. Are we being entertaining enough?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
How you can, by the way, open garlic, take this knife, put it flush against it, and just press down, and that pops that puppy right open, and then you just peel.
Delicioso.
Bada boom. It's getting there though. I'm gonna try to put this in maybe.
Good old taters.
Well, yeah, that worked. All right. I guess I'm just gonna cook these up. I'm gonna start sauteing the onion. That way it gets nice and soft. Saute. I need a little pad thing. We got enough to make a thick layer on top of this whole thing.
I think so.
Okay.
It's a good call to do.
The
Double,
8,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's
So-
8 servings. Yeah.
Put in,
This is a pretty big pan though, so I think that's probably why.
I'm gonna put in a good dollop of sour cream.
What? Good stuff.
You hate it. Stir that in. Bam.
Bam, bam. Good microwave. So this is the first time you've ever made it?
Yep. Okay, so now we're gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Go ahead and stir that in there. And then we're gonna add a little bit of chicken broth. That should cool it down just a little bit. I'm gonna fish these thyme sprigs out because they should be good, nice and flavored, packed and punched in there. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and put these bad boys in there.
Should we pre-cook them a little bit or no?
No, sorry, I'll just throw them right in.
Okay. That's a lot of veggies.
Come on,
Yeah.
be healthy.
I just want some meat with my veggies, I guess.
You're gonna get the meat with your veggies. But look at that. I mean, come on. Come on. Give me that. That's just beautiful. 1, 2 and a half. I mean, that is just, come on. I mean, this is just beautiful, guys. I mean, we're gonna take these potatoes now. And we're just gonna make a nice layer over the top. That's the goal.
Thin or thick?
Pretty thick. We want the whole thing to be covered. Like almost all the way to the top if we can. There you have it, ladies and gents. We got some shepherd's pie. So now what we're gonna do, we have to make sure this all sets together, and then we want those vegetables to be nice and caramelized, and we want everything to kind of really just blend, and we want all the spices and everything that we threw in there to blend well together. So we need to cook it for longer, and by putting it in the oven, it's gonna make sure that everything kind of solidifies. And then for the last 5 minutes, we'll broil it, and that'll get the top nice and brown, which is really what we want, because we want that nice crust on the top with the potatoes. So, oven it goes, 400 to 20 minutes. I miss this thing. Oh yeah, I've been waiting all day for you. Oh yeah. What are you doing?
This isn't what it looks like.
Really? Because it looks like you're eating the last cookie.
Okay, it is what it looks like.
You have eaten the last cookie for the last time. You are going to die.
But this is only the first time. Oh God! Yeah! This is nuts.
Mind Striper.
What?
No,
it's not working.
Hey, okay. We need to make some
I
rules.
have kids.
We need to make some rules.
Okay.
No eye gouging.
Okay.
And nothing below the wrist.
Nothing below the wrist, for sure.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. This is really my fault. I shouldn't have ate the last cookie. You're right.
I forgive you. I mean, that is just...
Pie.
That is beautiful.
Careful. You're getting really close to that.
Ooh, thank you.
I'm telling you, it doesn't feel
I mean, it's like, it's perfect underneath too.
yeah.
So, I mean, I just hope the flavors are right.
I mean, yeah, that's the only thing that's really... Man, that's gonna be scorching hot.
Yeah, we probably should wait a second. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you. I like it. As far as shepherd's pies go,
What would you put it on a scale?
as far as pot pies, or not pot pies, shepherd's pies,
Yeah.
I would give this a 6 or a 7. It's
Yeah.
solid for a shepherd's pie.
I think it's got, I don't know, that tomato. Like, I feel like, I think it's a weird combination as far as like mashed potatoes. And I taste the tomato, that tomato paste coming out of it.
Yeah,
I think it's got a lot of flavors in it. The meat's good, but it's little too much veggie for me, honestly. I can't. It's not. I personally, I hate vegetables. So you're trying to convince somebody. It's like trying to convince someone that hates potatoes that this is good. It is like that's one of the main qualities of the dish. So it's like the potatoes are good, like he said. I mean, I definitely taste that. Man, when you start adding all that other stuff into it, it's just like I just can't get past that. I guess I don't like the.
So he's a poor judge of character on this one.
Yeah, no, I can't. This is
But
not really fair for me.
As far as shepherd's pies go, this is actually pretty good. This is pretty close.
Like I said, it's not repulsive. Like
I think potatoes need a little more flavor, but we did use flaky potatoes,
Yeah,
like
that's true.
the box ones. I think the real potatoes would have a little more starch in them. So that may be a thing something where we went wrong, but I would give it a 6 or 7 for just based on shepherd's pie.
I think also that this is the one thing that this does have go for is that it was, I think, fairly easy. I mean, cook it all essentially right in the pan.
And we didn't have a recipe, so very little cleanup, and you have a meal for at least 6 people.
No, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, absolutely. Like,
So-
if you're bringing this to a party, there you go.
If you want to make this at home, the recipe's in the description below. Or not, because we're really bad about that. But it's somewhere, so go find it, make it. It's really fun. And I'm going to eat it. He's not. And thank you for liking and subscribing.
See you guys next time on the Potty Mouth Show.